Welcome to P3 Radio.
The monkey only dances as good as the guy grinding the organ handle.
Pachow! 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 Pachow!
This is ridiculous.
Truck goes to the lake.
My daddy's wiener is big as a Coke can.
Cool story, bro.
Hey, genius, it's 2 p.m. Central.
Morning! Why are you shaking like that?
PG3 Radio.
Here's your host, Josh Riley,
I got a boner right now.
Richard Mullican.
Our listeners probably want to hear more about this rat coat.
It's showtime! It's showtime! It's showtime!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of P3 Radio. I'm Richard Mullican, joined by my co-host and best friend, Josh Briley. Say hey, Josh.
How's it going, everybody? How are you today, Richard?
Doing pretty good, man. We are
How's your bronchial tubes?
bronchial tubes.
I got bronchitis.
No, I'm over the bronchitis now. And I think this will be the time that I'm back from the boat. So if you're listening to this now, I'm probably off of a boat somewhere. I don't know if I'm on a boat or off. I don't know.
You might be shipwrecked.
We may be.
You ever think of that?
This may be one of those things that Josh comes on beforehand and goes, "We lost Richard in a boat crash.
We're going to do a GoFundMe page to get a new host.
We got to pay the guy." I don't understand how this shit works. I don't. But no, I mean, I don't know where we are. We filmed a lot of these episodes in.
Now, you didn't tell me we were filming.
We
So you
taped
got a camera in here
We
somewhere?
taped a lot of these episodes, which that might be what we need to do. We need to do a Patreon thing where we film, and that's what our Patreons just you see our facial features while we're doing this. We got cameras here. They're both pointed at me right now. We'd have to point one towards you, but that wouldn't be a hard thing to do. We could do that. We just switch these two things around. It wouldn't be hard at all. But that's for another day.
Yeah.
But we recorded a lot of these at the same time, and this is the last one. Next week I will be back live and in living color. I don't know. We might just stay on our gap and, new things, or we might just hold some of these shows. If we get ahead too much, might just hold some of these shows for future things. You never know. But Josh, let's dive right in this week because we don't have a lot of time right now. Let's dive right in to what we wanted to talk about. There was this video I sent you this week. And
Did you?
It involved a question. What would you do to save your marriage? And this guy, it was posted on Facebook. This guy apparently cheated on his wife, and she gave him the option: we're going to get divorced. I'm going to punish you like one of the kids. I'm going to paddle you. And they agreed. And this video it basically starts out. It says, she gave him a choice: divorce or paddling. And apparently they agreed on a number. We won't spoil it for you, but I didn't know the number in listening to it. And the video that we have here, which you can search on YouTube, says, "White woman caught husband cheating, give him punishment instead of divorce." And it's by Truth of 9IJA or whatever. It's not the original video, but it's good enough. So it starts off, we're on lick 7, right? Is that what number smack we're on?
I believe so.
And she doesn't do this she does this like you would spank a toddler. It's not like through the clothes or anything like that. This is bare-assed spanking, right? Because the start of the original video has him in boxers, and she just pulls his boxers down to his knee.
Throws him on the bed, which I think it's one of them gimmicks to where this is like a punishment website or something. I don't
know if it's
believe
real.
that this is a shoot.
Yeah.
I think it's one of them fetish type things.
Because we Googled this, and that was probably a mistake.
Yeah, there's like 28,000 paddling videos.
Yeah.
And they're all on weird,
and they
questionable
all
websites.
Pretty much look like they ended in some kind of money shot. Whether, I don't know.
Moneyshotonthepaddle.com.
But we were just intrigued by this, by the viciousness and the coldness of the woman. She's doing this, anybody that cares about somebody a little, if you're hurting them, it's like, I don't know if I want to hurt them. You know what I mean?
This is hurting me a lot worse than this wasn't one of them situations.
No, she's like, this is hurting you a hell of a lot more. Let's just play some of the audio while we watch it. That is a full-on slap. That was on 7, and that's 8. That one's a dud. 9 is
That's
not.
in the fucking spine.
Neither was 10 or 11. So 9, 10, and 11. All right, and then 12. So 9 hit one of those what we call when you got hit when you were a kid. Like if you got spankings when you were a kid. 9 was that dud that hits like just perfectly in between both butt cheeks that it somehow cushions the blow. I don't know how that works, but you know what I'm talking about. Like when you hit and you're like, well, that didn't do anything. It's just kind of like the force of my ass just stopped it, and there was no smack. But 9 hit that sweet spot, and you could tell the guy kind of flinched, like because he thought it was going to hurt, and the woman knew it didn't, and it was like, oh, that one didn't hurt. 10.
And she got him right in the butthole.
Yeah, and then 11 caught him in the like upper back area, like the lower back area. Let's replay that. 7. Here's 8. That one wasn't good. But there's 9. And there's 10. Yeah. 8 caught that butthole area. Here, let's listen to it again. You'll hear what I'm talking about. It doesn't have a thud. That's 7.
He said, ah!
Here's 8. Listen. Did you hear that? It was like a cup. Like how you cup your hands. Yeah, that was 8. And then as soon as it hits, she gets pissed off. Look at how far she's reared back here. Like she
Looked
hit
like
it, she's
fucking Mickey Mantle rearing back for a home run.
She's like, I wish it was shot. Fuck this. And then here comes 9.
He raises up. He's looking back like, I thought you loved me. I thought we were a family.
Oh, he's wearing his tie-dye shirt. And he's got it's like that was the one that woke him up. And the way we've got it paused right here at 9 seconds, he's looking back at her, yeah, like a dog would look at you.
I thought we were in love.
Like if you accidentally kick your dog, like walking through the house, that's the look that dog
It rears up.
What was that? I trusted you. Yeah, 9. And then 10 wasn't a treat either because she got the lick in. He popped up. She already reared back. That 8th one pissed her off to no end that it cupped. Because 9 hit him really hard. That was in the lower back spine region. And then this one, as he's like raised up, she doesn't wait. Watch.
He probably missed work the next day.
Yeah. And that was lower in the butthole area. And here comes 11. Oh, that one was a good one. She's found her sweet spot. And he's wiggling the whole time like, oh, God, I can't
He's
do
like
this.
Handsome Jimmy selling a fucking drop kick.
Yeah. And like you can't pick it up on this video, and you might be later, but he keeps like whispering to her. He's like, I can't do this anymore. Just please stop. And she's like, 12. That was 11. There's 12.
Stop wiggling, you're making it worse.
Yeah, she's telling him to stop wiggling, you're gonna make it worse. The guy's facial expression is what makes it hilarious because they're like dancing up, like oh, he's trying to buy time. So they're on what now? 13?
Oh, I think 15.
She keeps pushing him down and holding him in this position.
No, that was 14. 11 more.
That's where I lost it, the video, because she's already hit him a bunch of times. And he's like begging, like, please, no more. And she's like, 11 more. It's like, not only is it just an odd number, but it's like, this motherfucker's got 11 more. He's barely made 15, you know? And that 8th one, I was expecting her to go, that 8th one didn't count. You cupped it. But he's begging now. He's like, and his ass is just red. If you see this,
Red as a fucking beet from the fucking garden.
Oh, and he got his feet up that time. He was trying to block it with his feet. He did one of those like yoga moves where he's trying to touch his feet to his head to stop the blow, and she caught it. She didn't get his feet. She got his butt. And look, she looks like she wants to hit him in the head right there. Like, but yeah. Oh my gosh. Here we go. He stands up. She pushes him back down.
15.
10 more. 9. 8. He tries to say baby. You're 8 away, and you're like, baby, come on, let's think about this. Come
like
on.
she's a fucking mugger.
Yeah.
Trying to murder
Come
the
on.
family.
Let's be reasonable. Oh, that one was lower in the balls area. Oh, that had to be in the balls area.
18.
That one. Oh, that one made up for it. Oh, that one was hard.
4 more.
4 more. He's wiggling now. He's trying to flex with it.
Right. Oh my God.
He's trying to flex his hips forward as the paddle comes down to lessen the blow, and she sees it and she kind of staggers that last like puts a little bit more stank on the end, and when he flexes, she catches him right on the back, right on the left hip.
Last one.
Make it count. Oh,
Did you see how
She-
far that bitch ran back?
she drew back to
my
next week.
God.
Wham.
I'm serious, dude.
Oh.
I'd have put her on the 95 Braves. This fucking. I'm talking about leadoff spot.
Well, you said it reminded you of like the 1998 Sosa and McGuire challenge, right?
The damn home run duel.
You find out later she's been juicing, and it just basically takes the whole whole foot. But dude, I saw that. And I was
Apparently,
like,
he's been juicing outside of the house.
dude. I mean, does that really fix things, though? You think? Do you think they have the perfect marriage now?
Oh no,
No,
they're fucked up.
That seems like that's broken.
That's something mentally wrong.
I wonder if he had any problems after that. But we tried to find it on Facebook and couldn't find it. So it makes you wonder: did they have issues?
I honestly believe it's one of them weirdo websites.
Yeah, I do too.
Because when you originally sent me the link, it had some kind of questionable something.com like
Right.
watermarked in the corner. So
Yeah.
I took it as one of them like browser type pay for the fetish type websites,
Yeah, it still was hilarious. And the thing that got me was when he's like at his wit's end, it's over. He can't take it anymore. 11 more. That's all you got left is 11. Now, you've only done like 12. We're going to count 8, but we shouldn't count 8.
You're bullshitting back
I'll
on
tell
8.
you what, 10. I just want to hear 8, 9, and 10 again. If it'll be okay with you. Let's hear 8, 9, and 10 again. Here we go. That's 7. Here's 8, 9, and 10. And
7.
God.
7, 8, 9, and 10 are my favorites because it goes 7, and then you just hear a thud, and without any remorse, the recoil she has, like fuck this, and it's like bam, bam. Once again, here we go. There was 7. Here we go. 8,
7.
8, 9, 10. And he's like, oh God, those are the worst 3. Those are the worst. Because the 8, he was like, oh, thank God she's running out of steam. 9, holy.
I just be like, I'm going back to the other bitch. I swear, I'm done with this shit.
You probably didn't notice this. Look at her footwork on this. She's got a nice wide base. Look at this.
She's swinging for the fences.
I want you to watch her hips. All right, that's 8, right? So 8, she didn't get the full extension on the legs. Watch her knees, her whole legs. She shifts her body. I shit you not. You were talking about baseball. This is what Sammy Sosa used to do with that leg, where he'd pick the leg up and put it down. No, that was Mark McGwire. Pick the leg up and put it down as he's swinging to kind of put his whole body weight in. Watch her body weight in this whole thing. She transferred the weight from one side of her body to the next just by moving back and forth.
Look like Joe Frazier doing a punch.
And she spins the paddle too. Oh, Jesus.
She gonna make the other side of that motherfucker warm.
See, she didn't get that one very good either. But yeah, 8, 9, and 10 are my favorite out of that. And then when she says 11 more, I died. But yeah, would you ever do that?
Like for a
Like-
release or something that I
Yeah,
had
like
done?
a pardon from a marital crime. Would you?
No,
Never.
absolutely not.
No matter what it was.
The
Would
only
you just
way,
be like, oh, nope, divorce?
the only way it would have. I mean, I would have to make some kind of. Man, you just can't look at your wife or anybody in the eye after that because you're saying that
It's kind of taking a big L.
yeah,
I took an L on this one.
and I just don't think things should ever be the same. After
You think
that.
she ever held that over his head again? It's like, hey, I was thinking about going fishing. She just grabs the paddle. I guess
We
I can
don't
stay
fish in this house.
we like the bulls.
Right. We watch the Bulls.
We watch the bulls. Oh
Motherfucker.
shit! Okay. I don't know, dude. I don't think I could ever do that. And watching paddling now, I've kind of softened as I've gotten older. Have you? Like, did you allow your kids to get paddled?
I mean, if that's what they needed, sure.
Yeah,
But
I've seen so many of them though, because I worked at a school back when they actually did a lot of paddling, and then a couple years after I was there, they kind of eased back on it. But dude, I saw some paddling, and I was like, man, this is just. I don't know, dude. I've softened, I guess, in my older, and you see a few of them, you're like, dude, this is a little much,
Well,
and you're trusting somebody else to.
the
whip
thing
your
about
kid.
it is, and my mother, she always rationalized with this idea. If he's done something bad enough to where you think he needs a paddling,
yeah,
then the motherfucker probably needs it.
Right.
Because, if you're raised a certain way to not be a fucking, idiot and act
Right.
act however you want or whatever. If you're raised right, then usually you're going to act right all
Right,
the time. And
right.
if you're doing something to where it warrants a paddling, I mean, you probably need it.
But I mean, I've seen people like, and none of the people I've seen personally, but I've heard stories about like people that have paddled people and like hit a kidney or something. You know what I mean? Like hit the back, hurt their back. You know what I mean? So you're really putting a lot of trust in a motherfucker.
If they say bend over,
Yeah.
it means bend over, not stand up. It don't mean dance. It means bend over and take
but
your licks.
still, you're to me, and you know as well as I do, and I'm not pointing anybody out here. We've seen some administrators in our time that we were like, there's no way that person should be over a school, and then you're trusting that person to discipline your child. My thing is, look, if they need a paddling, call me. I'll do it.
I got
You know what I
paddled
mean?
3 times when I was in school.
Right.
I needed them every
Yeah, I
single
mean,
fucking time.
Trust me, I don't think that there's, discipline a kid is disciplining a kid. You have to have it or else you'll get like total anarchy. But for me, like, especially with my daughter, it's like, I can't imagine a grown ass man taking full swings like that at her ass. You know what I mean? And you're talking about if she got hurt, then they'd be like, well, it was just paddling, But it's like, no, you're swinging. I know it's a big meaty part of your body, but you could still get some damage by getting hit in the ass. I mean, if they're taking full swings like that, like if you saw
This is a fetish site, not a school camera.
dude, he's no longer with us, but there was a principal I saw.
He
one
paddled
time.
me, I know.
He reared back like that
Exactly.
a couple times, and I was like,
dude,
shit,
the
dude.
paddle that he had was twice the size that fucking Babe Ruth on video over here.
Yeah, I
is.
mean, it was, and I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, that's kind of what turned me, seeing a bunch of them. You think about it, and you're like, well, they need their ass whipped. I thought that as a kid too.
I needed it when he
Yeah.
paddled me.
Yeah.
The guy you're talking about.
Yeah.
I absolutely.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
it
I-
should have happened.
Yeah, I mean, and
And
I
I
don't
tell you
doubt
what, I never fucked around on that bus again.
that. What did you do to get paddled? I gotta know.
I've thought about it from time to time, and I was really acting like a little asshole. I was jumping around in the back of the bus, going from seat to seat, me and this other kid. And it's awful because I can't think of who that kid is that I got in trouble with.
Right? Did he
But-
get paddled?
Yeah, both of us. And we were just jumping around. We were throwing paper and shit. It was a really fucked up day. And Mr. Taylor, he was yelling at us the whole time, and we wouldn't listen to
Was I
him.
there that day?
I don't know, probably.
I probably wasn't with you then,
But
because I remember we hung out a lot on the bus.
I don't know. I don't remember much of us hanging out. I remember these other like that kid TK and
Yeah.
Chris Gaines and some other little kid we used to hang out with or whatever. But
Yeah.
I don't remember hanging out with you very much on the bus. But anyhow, getting off topic. Me and that one little kid, we were doing all that bullshit, and Mr. Taylor at the end of the bus ride when we got to school, he got off the bus pissed off, and he went.
I remember
with
that.
us. He took
Because I thought I was in trouble too.
Yeah.
I remember that
okay,
now.
it's all coming back. You were sitting near us or something,
Yeah.
but you weren't doing anything. And he
'Cause
thought
he
since
had
you
me
were my friend.
He had the whole bus clear out.
Yeah.
And it was me, you, and him, whoever got in trouble with,
Yeah.
and like one other person. And I was like, what the hell did I do? Because I didn't do anything. But yeah, like you said, because I was your friend, he thought it was me too.
Yeah.
And I think at the time you kind of got me off the hook and you're like, well, it wasn't him. It was just me and this guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, y'all going to class. And he told me and the other kid, I can't remember who it was, we were sitting in the seats right in front of y'all. I remember that now.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he took us into the office and he told that principal all kind of bullshit. He even made up some shit.
You know what else they said? They said they didn't like you.
He really did make up shit. I remember thinking,
Yeah.
this man's just saying whatever. But either way.
Was that the same motherfucker that would drive on the wrong side of the road?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he would like, if you were pissing him off, he would like start swerving to get you to stop, you know,
Yeah.
or be quiet.
He really shouldn't have been a bus driver. I think he
No.
retired that year.
Anger
after that
management
year. Yeah.
issues and
Fuck
everything.
That dude. Fuck that
man.
dude. I'll
He
say
would
that.
curse at us and everything.
Yeah, I remember that.
But either way, yeah, it was a hot time at Denmark Elementary that morning, dude.
So you got 2 more paddlings? Was it the same? Was that at the same school?
No, I just got one paddling a year: 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade.
So what would you do the 4th grade year?
Substitute teacher was there for our class.
Yeah.
And we acted fucking crazy, almost like the whole class, almost. And pretty much, I think the entire class got notes sent home after the real teacher got back. And because the substitute, we were so horrible, the substitute told the principal. He fucking left a note from Miss Shuttleworth and everything.
Yeah.
And she got back. And she sent notes home with every kid.
Right.
And the note, it was either this or this. It was an A or B choice.
Right.
A, you stay after school detention for the rest of the week. And this is like Tuesday.
Yeah, and this is an hour away from your house. This is
No, this is a JB Young.
Oh, okay.
And you either stay detention for the rest of the week or the next day, which was Wednesday morning, you come in, you get a paddling. My parents were the only ones.
They probably didn't want to have to come pick you up at school every day.
Dude, I could have walked home.
Yeah.
The only ones that signed any of the kids up for a paddling. Just me. That's it. So I went to
sucks.
school.
You took the brunt of the. You were. I know this is going to sound sacrilegious as everything.
I was the
You were
sacrificial lamb.
You were the messiah of your 4th grade class.
Not really.
You paid for everyone's sins that day.
No, I was the only one that
You took
was
the physical.
chose.
Yeah, you took the physical payment.
But it was a choice for every
Yeah.
one of them. It was a red pill or a blue pill for all the parents. Mine were the only ones that took the red for
Yeah.
reality. Now,
Jeez.
I remember, you can ask whenever you see my Uncle Danny again,
Yeah.
you can ask him. He was there on the back porch whenever this whole incident happened.
Yeah.
My mom comes home from work. You know, I went over to my
Yeah,
grandmother's
yeah,
every day after school, and my Uncle Danny and my aunt at the time was out there sitting on the back porch with my grandpa. And my mom comes up, and I give her the note, and she's like, "Well, I guess you know what's happening in the morning." I was like, "What? Like, you don't get no detention?" And she's like, "No, screw that. You acted up. You acted like you were a little wild child, so you're going to get your ass whooped." She's like, she said, "You're signing," or she signed it. She said, "You're taking this to Miss Shuttleworth in the morning." I said, "Please." I got down on my hands and fucking knees, and I begged this woman, "Please, Mama, don't let them paddle me. Please, please." My uncle was laughing his fucking ass off.
I wonder if he remembers that.
Probably not. But oh my God, he was laughing. My aunt, she was laughing. And my grandpa, "Well, Pancho, you didn't get yourself in a mess." You know, I was begging him. Nope.
Pancho, you come over here. We'll put some eyes on it afterwards now.
No. Look, they took me to school the next day.
Yeah.
My grandpa took me to school.
Yeah.
And I was so scared, man. I probably didn't even get much sleep that night. You know, just thinking about it. Oh,
Right.
God, in the morning. Fuck. Oh my God. Wonder when she's going to do it. You know, all that.
Was it her that did it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not as bad.
She was only
an
like
older,
50.
Yeah, she was an older woman.
She's still a little spry back
Yeah.
then.
a little
But
stout. But
anyhow, she was a tall woman, like
Yeah.
6 foot tall.
Yeah.
Basketball player,
Yeah.
I think. Either way, she was.
big hands. Swing the shit out of a
She could
paddle.
palm the shit out of basketball.
Swing the shit out of a paddle.
She must have been a ball player, like a baseball player.
She played shortstop a few years.
Right. She didn't get past Ole Miss level though.
Right.
Anyhow, that's college. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's the end for women. She's the best.
Right.
But anyways, my grandpa, he takes me to school that next day, and I just look at him before I step out of the truck or whatever, and he said, "It's gonna be hot today, huh?" And this is like March. Yeah. I just look at him and I kind of, yeah. And I just
Jeez.
get out and do that slow walk, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Run home through the cotton field over there.
dude, I was, and finally when the paddling did happen,
Yeah.
I got my 3 little licks or whatever. One little tear came to my eye. That was it. It was
Yeah.
over with.
Wasn't as bad as
I
you thought
was
it
the
gonna
only
be.
free motherfucker at the end of the day
Yeah.
that day.
What y'all doing this afternoon? I'm gonna go home
And watch
Yeah, you
Ninja
gonna-
Turtles and shit. I'm gonna stay after school.
Well, you probably won't shit because you might just sit down. I'm gonna shit on my bed. I'm just lay down on my stomach and do it like Andre the Giant used to. Put out some newspapers. Put my dick in a jar. Don't get piss on my bed.
Right.
Get another paddling. So all right, so that was the 2 paddlings. Who was the third one? Like, so 3 different people paddled you.
Yeah.
What was the other one? What'd you do on the other time?
Fighting in the bathroom. But to be fair,
Right.
I did not start it.
Yeah.
Some little kid jumped on my back, and I was doing the Lex Luger, trying to bust out of the grip that he had on my arms. He grabbed me from behind,
Yeah, like a bear
somebody
hug.
was fixing to give me a shot in the front. You know,
Yeah.
like the old tag team
Oh
spot. or
yeah, like he
whatever.
pulled your arms back behind your
Yeah,
back.
like
yeah,
he
yeah,
was
yeah.
fixing to let somebody else hit me or whatever.
Right.
And as soon as we're tussling in the bathroom, she heard it and walks in. I was like, "Fuck, God damn it!"
Yeah.
And then we both got paddled that very minute.
Who was
Like,
the teacher then?
Miss Mitchell.
I don't remember her.
She was the other Miss Mitchell at JB Young.
She
That's
older?
a little inside talk right there.
Was she older?
Yeah, a little.
Who was the worst out of the 3? The guy?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he swung for the fences, man.
oh yeah.
I watched him.
Like I said, it only took that paddling.
I never got paddled at school. I had detention one time for breaking a crayon.
breaking a crayon.
Yeah, it was some bullshit.
That's a little excessive, don't you think?
Yeah, so the teacher who later I worked with, she was a younger teacher at the time, Miss Hayes. I used to joke with her all the time because she would complain about her son went to a private school here, and she was like, they gave him a write-up because his socks were different. I was like, I once had a teacher write me up for breaking a crayon. She didn't even see it. So here's what happened. She was outside the room. It was one of those things where she left a bunch of second graders alone in the room and said, you take names. And she picked the one that was going to be a future cop. She picked her. My in-laws live in their house now that she used to live in. So that might.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So she picked her and she said, hey, you take names. Well, while they were out, I was like, well, me and her are cool. You know, it doesn't matter. Well, my friend Jeffrey looks over at me and goes, hey, look at this. Try this. He holds a crayon up. He's like, karate chop it. I go, okay. Hi-ya, and it breaks. And I'm like, ah. And then Jeffrey's like, here, you hold one. So I hold one, and he does the same thing. He karate chops, it breaks. And that was it. That was over. We just laughed. I was like, that's stupid. So I went back to my work. So I didn't even think anything about it because we weren't really loud. It was just real quiet. And we get back, and Miss Hayes comes in the room, and apparently she didn't get some good news wherever she left. She comes back in, and she kind of shuts the door real hard, and she goes, how'd they do? And the hall monitor or the classroom monitor goes, Miss Hayes, Richard and Jeffrey were breaking crayons, and I'll never forget this. She walked over to her filing cabinet. She goes, well, they can just have detention then. And she grabs these 2 pieces of paper out and slams the filing cabinet door and basically sends home a note. And I was like, I'm about to get in trouble for breaking a crayon that wasn't even mine. And then it got even worse when my mom found out you were breaking crayons. I bought you hard-earned, paid-for school supplies, and you're breaking. I was like, it wasn't mine. And I remember I had detention.
I'm breaking somebody else's. It's okay.
I had 1 day of detention, which wasn't bad at all. It was just basically I sat in JB Young, and for like an hour, I just did my homework. And then they let me go. My mom came and picked me up like an hour later. I was like, that wasn't bad at all.
I was going to do this when I got home anyways.
Right. I never get to do anything like that anyways. But yeah, man, I was like, but I never had to get paddled. That was the only time the only other time I had anything close to that was I got caught talking in the hall. I got some bullshit charges, but I mean, I was like the, you planted that shit, motherfucker.
Yeah, you were that guy.
Like, I got in trouble. I was a new kid at Melissa's after my mom got married, and I was talking to my buddy Michael in the hall about Homeward Bound. And when we walked inside the school, I said, dude, it was hilarious. They jumped on this thing and sent this mountain lion thing into the air and said, hasta la vista, kitty. And we were laughing like about it. And the principal at the time goes, why don't y'all go to my office? Y'all are too loud in this hallway. And we sat in that office for 2 hours.
Damn.
Missing class time for just talking in the hallway instead of just going, guys, don't come through here that loud again.
Yeah.
We're 9-year-olds. What 9-year-olds do you know that? So I was like, motherfucker. So we sat in that office for almost 2 hours, and I'm upset because I don't know what's going to happen. It was just me talking in the hallway. So that, and the third time I got in trouble, it wasn't even trouble. One of the principals, Mr. Boatwright, come over and goes, guys, I think I saw a piece of corn fly from this table. And we were like, no, we were just sitting here talking. He's like, well, y'all just stay right here. When y'all get done, come to the office with me. We go to the office. We're laughing, cutting up with him. He's like, I don't know if I saw something or not, but I got to do something. He goes, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to send a copy of a referral home that just says, hey, I think I saw something. This is acknowledgement that you saw this as a parent. Talk to your kid, blah, 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 and just find out what happened. If you sign it and bring it back, guys, I'll tear it up. Won't even go on your permanent record. You don't even have it would be like you never even got a referral. And we were like, well, it's kind of bullshit because nobody did anything. We're just sitting there talking, and he comes over. I think I saw a piece of corn fly from here. And we were like, huh? Because we were all pretty good kids. So I was like, oh man, it was, it's going to be fine. Cause we were laughing and cutting up in the office. My mom looked at that and she was like, you're not going to be a heathen. I'm like, I didn't do anything. I swear to God. I swear to God. It's like, so I had 3 trumped up charges basically. Like I broke a crayon. I talked in the hall a little bit loudly at the first of the day when I got off the bus and walked into the school. And then the third one was he thought he saw a piece of corn fly from the office, from the table. That's some bullshit.
That is a little bullshitty on that last one, but you earned the first 2.
Talking in the hall?
If that's a rule, it's a rule. I mean, there's speed limit signs for a reason. You either do that,
yeah, but
do not exceed it.
His version of, here's what you do. Guys, never come down here. It wasn't even a warning. It wasn't even a, hey, go to my office real quick. And just, he basically gave us like a, 2 hours for a kid, a 9-year-old kid, is torture. He basically gave us, detention was only an hour. 2 hours in an office for talking a little bit in the hall, which all he did was write down on an index card was talking in the hall, and he considered that a warning. I was like, so I guess I didn't get anything out of it. My mom got mad and she whipped my butt about it, but still, it was like, you just robbed us 2 hours of instructional time that I needed because the school I came from was like on multiplications of 2, and I get to this school and they're on like 9s and 10s and shit, and I'm like, huh.
There's a lot in the middle here.
I'm still not good with 8s. 7s is just because of football, but 8s I'm bad at. Anyways, well, I tell you what, we've been talking for about 30 minutes. Let's take a break. Josh, who do you want to hear from this week?
Let's go with Score Big.
Score Big is the leading online marketplace for tickets to sports, concerts, theater, and family events.
Score Big allows you to purchase last-minute tickets to sold-out events. Also, the latest on sales of popular artists, teams, and productions. They'll get you in.
They safeguard your transaction with a 100% money-back guarantee under a secure checkout with interactive seat maps to guide your purchase.
And whether it's an Atlanta Braves game, Metallica concert, or a WWE event, they've got you covered.
Book your seats now at tinyurl.com/P3events.
That's tinyurl.com/P3events.
Welcome back to P3 Radio. Josh Briley and Richard Mulligan still here with you, enjoying the soulful sounds of a pan flute. Josh, you trying to stay quiet over there to protect your job? Is that what's going on right now?
This is funny. I'm sorry.
I swear to God.
He is so into this. I
swear
wish we had a video feed so you could see this guy's face.
Okay, I swear to God, this was the same guy. Like, when I was like 17 or 18 years old, probably about 18, I was at our flea market, right? And there's this corner of the flea market, you know, there's two outside areas, and you walk around the inside to the outside area, and around the corner, which is kind of hidden by the building, I was walking and I turned because I heard this music playing, something like this. And I was sitting there going, that's kind of nice music, but it's probably one of the booths that's playing the music. You know, it's not like a live performance.
Yeah.
And I turned, and there's this Native American, like what you see on this video here. And he's got like nothing but a microphone, a guitar amp behind him, a huge ass pan flute, and a drum machine, music machine that's playing all this background music, like the guitar. And he's playing My Heart Will Go On, like the Titanic theme. Which I typed that in on here and I found it. And I was sitting there looking around, and I don't know what the fuck he was selling.
He was just playing.
He was just playing. And I don't know if he had like CDs. I didn't see any. I didn't know if he was fucking selling pan flutes. I don't know what he was selling that
He
day.
didn't have a rack of pan flutes behind him.
But it made me wonder, is like, am I having one of those spiritual moments right now? Like, is this fucking real?
Because you said, I heard the beautiful music. I had to go find it.
Did I have a bad snow cone or
Snow cone?
No, snow cone? Yeah. Hey, the snow cone.
Had this bad snow cone.
Did I have a bad snow
Got
cone?
me feeling mystical.
Look at the
That
fucking,
son of a bitch is getting
yeah, the Native American Eddie Van Halen here. Holy shit. His spirit animal is Jimi Hendrix. Damn, that dude can play.
He made that pan flute look like shit. I bet this is their only show. He's like, Running Bear, you were making me look bad.
Damn.
You will have your own guitar stand on other side of flea market.
We were talking about how cool Native American names were. Because what was it, that one guy, Greg Nightwolf or something?
Some kind of fucking superhero
I was like,
shit.
that is fucking awesome. I'd love to have that. That guy's getting down on the pan flute. But you know what? That must not have been a relative, like, just... It wasn't just our flea market that did that, I'm assuming, because, like I said, you type in pan flute, Native American... You type in Native American flute is the third search suggestion from YouTube. Like, you type in Native American pan flute, like, what comes up if you just type it in? There's, like, all kinds of, like, music here. I wonder if they have My Heart Will Go On. You think they will?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
you
like,
put my, and
it's
it
like Heart
just
Will Go On?
immediately.
Is that what you wanted? I swear, dude, this has to be the guy. This might be a different guy.
I don't recall ever seeing a guy with that kind of headdress at our flea market.
This is what it sounded like. I'm like, what in the... See, look at the people walking by in the background. They're just as confused. Like, what the fuck are they selling? At
They
least
got a bunch of shirts and shit. Oh, no, they're selling dream catchers.
Yeah,
But-
okay.
But the guy at our flea market didn't have any of that shit.
No.
He probably had CDs on him or something. There had to be some kind of gimmick.
They had to be selling something. He finishes and just tomahawks the first person he sees. It's like he's a serial killer. He just sets up to make people feel comfortable around him.
Draw you in.
Isn't this just a giant harmonica?
I think they're a little different in design, but the harmonica's vents inside get a little more narrow to make that kind of whiny bullshit.
What would you rather listen to? Would you rather listen to the pan flute or the harmonica?
Oh, pan flute.
Really?
80 times out of 80. Yes.
Well, let's do a
The
little
harmonica,
comparison.
I don't know. It can get on my nerves.
Really?
Yeah, my son, he was trying to learn how to play
Well, no,
one.
that's different.
No, even Blues Traveler songs and stuff, I can only take so much, and then I want to slip my fucking wrists.
Really?
Yeah, something about a harmonica. I don't know. A little bit's okay, but if that's like your main or one of your main things, I'll pass.
I kind of like the harmonica a little bit. You know, it's like
when I hear a pan flute, I want to go to sleep.
Yeah, that's the one thing. I'm trying to think of a good harmonica song. I like the Blues Travelers, like Run Around. You didn't like that?
Well, yeah, like I said, but that may be my deep-seated hate because you heard that song like all the time.
I used to love that song, man. I just like I remember that was like my 6th grade year, and it's like that was the song of 1996. I want to say it was
95.
95,
maybe 96. Who knows?
Here's the. That's badass, though, man.
But you heard that one riff, that one harmonica lick or whatever, a million times, and it's just, I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah, maybe harmonica blues songs. Maybe that's the.
You mean like
a 2-hour-long compilation? You ever just want to listen to the harmonica for 2 hours? That right there is awesome. You don't like that at all?
Don't nobody leave this place without singing the blues.
You remember that?
Come on in, get you a drink.
Babysitting or whatever.
Wonder if this has got singing with it. If we could add some singing to it.
Woke up this morning. Old lady wasn't laying beside me no more. Then you got to repeat it like 8 times.
There you go. Go ahead.
Well, I woke up early this morning. No, the old lady wasn't beside me no more.
Where's she going now? Where's she going?
Well, I think she back down there at the juke joint. Curled up in Little Elmo with somebody I don't know.
I think you just successfully wrote a blues song. You gonna keep it going?
No, there's pain in my heart. Hey, who's this asshole? He said I woke up this morning.
Did he?
Rewind that shit. Trying to wear me down.
Hold on. How far back do we need to go? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Maybe I went back too far. Why do you have to have a 3-minute intro?
I don't know. It's got to be in here. I've never heard this song before in my life. I knew a blues song always starts with "I woke up early this morning."
Oh, that's great. Is that the thing?
That's some fucking Babe Ruth calling the shots shit, huh?
That is awesome. You actually said early this time. Are you sure you didn't write this?
I was a shadow writer.
There's the girl.
She done left.
Shut up and left town. Oh, yeah. This goes on for 2 hours. Let's skip
That's
ahead.
a low down bitch.
He's gonna run out of stuff to talk about.
And her cooking wasn't very good either. She always burned up the bacon. No.
I told the bitch to not turn on the pool filter, 'cause I was working on it. Then one time in '83. It's like, how specific is this guy getting? Let's skip ahead. How far ahead do you want to go to see?
Just go 30 minutes, see where he's at.
Oh, he done up tempo.
Damn.
I'm cool and I know the room.
Now he must be courting somebody now. Like he done got rid of that other bitch.
Yeah.
Now he's got this girl. You want to skip ahead and see how this goes? Let's go another 20 minutes. That's it. Uh-oh. Must be going real good. That's some baby making music right there.
I like that.
Sounds like a slow Barry Windham song. Did you ever?
And it's got harmonica too. I can't.
Did you ever
believe it.
realize that Barry Windham was like his music was just that basic? That
LaGrange.
Yeah, I mean, I never realized that as a kid. I was like, I really like this. His music's really cool. Was it the same song?
It was the same rhythm and everything. It was. I mean, it was kind of like the Iron Man shit that they did for the Road Warriors. They redid the melody, but made it sound a little different.
Yeah. Maybe this is it.
The World Wrestling Federation.
No, that ain't it. Surely it's not.
Probably his fucking Widowmaker's entrance or something.
Almost said Night Stalker, but that wasn't him. That was Richard Ramirez. Yeah, that's the Night Stalker one. I wanted the
Widowmaker.
The Widowmaker. Sorry. How do I keep?
He was the Night Stalker. Well, no, that was Atom Bomb.
There we go. We need to cut a commercial to this. I don't know what commercial we would cut. How did they not get fucking sued?
Change something just a little bit.
Like, how is that not the same song? That is the same song.
It's almost, but Vanilla Ice got away with using that sample or whatever just because it had one less duh on the don 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 da da don don.
Yeah.
That's how they got away with it. But it was clearly a fucking sample.
Yeah, I mean, I guess sampling's fine, but that was pretty much the song, man. Like
they
to this.
rewrote it. Yeah, I know. It's the same thing.
Oh, only thing it was like. Wouldn't it be some bullshit if they had somebody doing that in the background?
This wrestling business.
All the driving town to town.
Where them ring rats at?
Let me tell you something. I hated that part. I hated that part though, but I did like that riff. That riff was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Something else we were going to talk about. I don't know how we got on Barry Windham from pan flutes and all that other jazz, but something we were talking about. We've had this written down for a while to talk about, but we've just kind of never had time, or we haven't gotten back to it. Even back when Chris was here, back in I guess October.
I don't remember much about that.
How's the clean life living, by the way?
Pretty. I mean,
clean living is the life for me.
I've been kind of falling a little bit as far as like at lunchtime at work. Cause
drinking?
No. There's not very many like healthy choices.
Yeah.
So I've just been kind of being like, I don't eat chocolate or anything at work, but sometimes I'll get like chicken strips. There's 2 of them, and then a potato wedge with it. But I still, drink water and shit with it. But that's where I'm failing. Is like I can't fucking get away from. It's very hard to live that way if you got to buy from. I mean, I guess I could take my lunch and shit, but I'm not that responsible yet to wake up early and pack it. And
you could pack it the night before.
I'm not even close to being that responsible.
That's what I used to do when I was losing weight. I was taking chicken salads for lunch every day.
Yeah.
So I would grill my chicken like a day or two before and just refrigerate it, and I would make the salad, and then before I'd put it in this chicken in the salad, I just heat it up. So like heat it up in a microwave or something. I'm sure y'all have a microwave.
What's that?
Y'all don't have a microwave at work?
We got a range. Oh, you're talking about at work? No.
Yes.
I got a microwave. Yeah, I don't know. I've thought about trying to really make an effort at, getting everything together. It'd save me some money too, but
Right.
I just, I have high ambitions in that. I just don't execute the shit very well.
Yeah.
But to be fair though, I'm not eating half as much like I was at work. I usually just try to make it one thing for one break, and I only have 2 breaks.
Yeah,
So.
it's going to be bad. Like, okay, so we're recording this. By the time you hear this, I will be back from my cruise, but I haven't went on it yet. I feel like we do that a lot.
I think you just say that every episode now.
I don't know where I think this will be the episode after the cruise, but I'm probably still like tired and we haven't gotten back yet, or we've gotten back.
Do you mean drunk like tired or
No,
tired?
Tired like tired. Dude, you can't get drunk on a boat. You know how much it costs to have a drink on a boat?
I've never been.
It's astronomical.
Is that why everybody sneaks theirs in?
Yeah, they can't do that much anymore. It's hard to do, man. They've got new laws and like laws, but they got new regulations. Like you used to be able to bring bottled water.
Yeah.
And they found out people were basically
putting Everclear
in it and putting like the caps. They were buying the caps that already had the seal on them.
Yeah.
Because that was the go-to. If the seal wasn't broken, you were
all
good.
good.
Well, they've changed the rule now that you can't have bottles on a cruise at all. You have to bring cans. Until
you
somebody
ever tried to
fucks it
put
up.
like a pint of liquor into like surgical
Into a
needle
can.
into a can?
I feel like you would have to do that and then leave and go to a 12-step meeting, because if you're that hard up,
it took 5 hours to get a shot of whiskey in this fucking can.
you hit it and penetrate. It's like if you're that hard up to look for a way to smuggle it in on a can, you probably need some help.
Yeah. Spend not the money on the cruise, but on the fucking Betty Ford Center.
Now, we were looking up some stuff like one of the other times we went, like, because they do have other things. Like they have sunscreen bottles that look like sunscreen.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's not a brand. They can't put a brand name on it. Kind of like, how the fat guy in Jurassic Park, Newman, had the shaving cream that had like something, it was like a false bottom.
Yeah.
But it had shaving cream in it. So they have these things that like it's basically like sunscreen, and the sunscreen is just a flask basically.
Yeah.
So if they looked at it, they go, oh, this is sunscreen, but they've seen those types of containers that say tropical sunscreen. They know it's fake,
Yeah.
They see it like 400,
It'd be like
500
if you had a
times day.
can that just said cola.
Yeah.
And that was it.
And it's like the proportion, the sunscreen doesn't shake around like liquid.
Oh, this can weighs 5 pounds. Strange.
But they have all kinds of other things. Like they have like flask bras. It's basically like a hollow bra that you would put liquid in.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm not lying, dude. This is all the stuff that they have.
So you literally drink from the teat?
No. It's not like the nipples where the
Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something?
I'm getting my alcohol just like I did when I was a kid, right from the teat. Started drinking because my mama had a problem.
Yeah.
No.
You got me into this mess, bitch.
That's why I need a liver.
Yeah.
No. That's why I had a liver
You
transplant.
don't need a liver. You're just 10.
Why are you so yeller? Go outside.
Now his eyes are yellow because he's been looking at the sun too much.
Old redneck medicine.
Yeah.
No, I mean they have like the bras basically that you put liquid in, and then you pour it out and everything. They have all kinds of stuff. So the way to beat it before was to do the bottles, and then do you care about this at all? You're kind of looking at me glazed over.
I'm listening. I'm sitting here thinking about the tits still. I'm like, what if you drank when they drain it out? What if she was over you and it was all sexy?
No, it was all sexy.
And we was already in the Bermuda Triangle. It was a great moment.
So this is what it looks like. We pulled it up because they do make them. They're
The
called
wine rack.
Yeah.
I want to sell these. Fuck Wine of the Month Club. I want to sell the wine racks.
Don't you speak ill of our sponsor, sir. The Wine of the Month Club.
You can put some of that. Well, yeah, we could sponsor both
For an extra $20, Fifi will come over with her bra.
with a wine rack.
But
No,
basically
one
it's
of these racks.
It's a sports bra that has
actual tits drawn on the fucking thing. You see that?
They have basically what, like, now here's the only problem, and
the problem is they got piss in that one.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't go on the cruise with one of these because I would have major boobs. You think about somebody that's not flat chested, that this would be perfect for them. But anybody with any kind of curves, they're not going to be able to smuggle on more than like 2-3 ounces of liquid. Otherwise, they're going to look like freaking like Dolly Parton on steroids with these things. But yeah, I mean, the wine rack.
It's literally got tits drawn.
That's what it's called, the wine rack. That is
great.
Hilarious. So yeah, they have bra flasks. They have.
Look at that one girl, booby bags flask. She's saying, "Shh,
don't tell nobody.
Don't tell.
Don't tell." I'll have to go to what is this one called? Booby bags. Booby bags flask set of 4. Smuggle your boobs. Dude. I don't know. Look at that. That can't be much. That's like maybe like a shot or 2.
Depending on how big the boobs are.
I guess you could put it in your boot too. Oh yeah, you can put
They're
it. They're
showing you how to smuggle it.
Oh, don't look at that one.
They won't touch you in your pants. Put them in your pants. No one's taking their boots off for the cruise. Put it down in your boot. Isn't that illegal to show you how to smuggle shit?
Yeah, there's the sunscreen flask where it says 50 Sport sunscreen, and that this one right here. There's all kinds of smuggling. Well, okay, so that used to be the way, is just bringing bottles. Well, then they changed it to the way like doing this, and of course that's picked up immediately because how many Hawaiian Island brands? If it said something like Coppertone or something, they'd probably let it go, wouldn't even check it. Now they have these little X-ray machines. Like, so if you're packing like stuff, like, and if it don't fit on the conveyor belt, you have to check the bag. So we're going to bring a backpack and everything, and they still go through your stuff, but you still have to run it through the X-ray machine, and they look at it and they go, okay, that's got liquid in it. You want to take it out? Let me see it.
Ooh.
So if they'll look at it, and if it's not sealed or it's not, the only way that I have found that you could possibly trick them, and it's worked one time, and that was like 9 years ago, was a buddy of mine had went on a cruise with us. He had a friend that worked at a winery, and he basically put rum in a bottle and sealed it up like at the winery. So they sealed it for him and put the cork in it and put the actual seals on it, like the real ones, not the fake ones. You can buy the heat shrink seals too, because we tried to do it again and it didn't go over so well. Oh. They saw it and they're like, we're going to throw those away. We're like, all right, cool, whatever. But dude, no, there's all kinds of like ways to try to get, after a while, you're just kind of like, man, it's not worth it to do all this. And just, I'll go and like, if I wanted something, usually I don't. Usually on the cruises, man, all I want to do is eat. And most of the time I'm taking so much stuff to not stay seasick, like meclizine and Dramamine and those little patches. And I'm doing all that crap not to stay seasick that I don't, if I had a drink, dude, I'd probably die. So
if you're not really selling the cruise here, why the fuck would I even want to go? I've never went, but
they're awesome, dude. They are. You
got
nice.
to take all kinds of medicine to stay.
Well, that's just me. Do you get sick at amusement parks? You were always good at riding roller coasters and stuff, wasn't you?
Yeah, but now that I've gotten older, it kind of fucks with my sinuses or something. It's weird.
That is weird.
It's kind of like if there's too much, I guess you'd call it G-force or whatever, kind of whipping you one way or another. Like at the Lexington Fair, maybe it was more than 10 years ago, we rode one of these fucking kind of like the little, what do you call that thing where it's like a sit-down roller coaster, but it just goes in the track in a circle?
Oh, like yeah, it's real. It doesn't come off the ground very high.
But it's like a
rock and roller coaster.
Yeah, exactly. That is what we rode.
Yeah.
And they had that motherfucker cranked on 12 or something, and we rode it, and it was like, I don't know if it was it was when they were fixing to shut down, but it seemed like for 5 minutes.
Right.
We just rode and rode and rode, and it got faster and faster. And I looked over at my wife at the time, and I was like, something's wrong. She was looking sick, too.
Right.
And we got off, and dude, I had a headache for like 2 weeks. My sinuses were all jacked up and shit, and it felt like I don't know how you describe or how I've heard people describe like a plane whenever
Right.
you take off.
Uh-huh.
That feeling of, your ears start popping,
yeah.
everything starts compressing or however you want to look at it.
Right.
That's how I felt.
Well,
so
the
I'd be
rocket-
kind of afraid.
The rock and roller coaster just spins, though. You go in a circle.
Yeah.
So after a while, going in a circle. See, I can't really do. I know this is gonna make me sound like a pussy big time. I can't do merry-go-rounds, small ones, like the carousels.
Yeah.
Like there's one in Memphis at the mall that's really small. Or no. There's one in Nashville. It's really small at their mall. I got on it with my daughter, and after a few rounds, I was like, "Good God, that thing was it's so small. You're just seeing the same things over and over and
Yeah.
over again." But dude, boats aren't that bad. Boats. The only thing about boats is they sway. So the bigger the ship you're on, the less you feel it. And these things, dude. When I say they are like, you know how big the mill was down here, right?
Yeah.
That's how big it is, except it's a lot taller, too. It's like 13 stories, 14 stories, and then you have a basketball court on top of it with like a net and stuff.
Well, let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you want to jump off some of that shit if it's that high? You see these people...
Because they don't want to live anymore.
Well, no, like that one asshole from that one college. I know you've seen it in the news probably within the last month. They actually had one of his college buddies was filming him as he jumped off the fucking deck. He was just doing it for a rib or whatever.
That's dumb.
And they banned him for life.
Yeah.
From that whole cruise line.
Oh,
And it was a big deal. I seen it on my Yahoo feed on my phone or whatever.
dude, that's a huge deal because
Yeah.
they have to stop the ship.
Yes.
They have to send out emergency crews. We were on a cruise one time. They were stopped, and they do a drill like midway through the cruise or like the start of the cruise. I can't remember when it is, where they actually come on and they go, "Man, overboard," burn, 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 and they have to do it. It's just a drill, and they run through all the progression of like, okay, man fell off the boat on the back, and they get off and they drive around. It's just like how you used to do a fire drill when you were a kid.
Yeah.
But they do that shit though, man. But dude, they take that shit seriously because, well, there for a while too, they were having a problem with people going overseas, or not going overseas, but going on these cruises and getting in international waters and killing and dumping their loved one overboard, and they didn't know how to prosecute it. So it was like international waters, where did they stand trial?
Right.
You know, and it was like it was a big phenomenon of people just kind of killing their loved ones on cruises.
Yeah, I mean, but I've always been, in the agreement with myself of if I hate someone bad enough, I won't marry them for sure.
Right.
Why would you? That's what I've never understood about those situations. You hear
If you
a
hate
lot about
someone bad enough to kill them,
why would
just
you
divorce
even
them.
be around them?
Right.
That's another topic, though.
Yeah.
It just blows my fucking
Right.
mind. The only way out's to kill a bitch. I've never
Right.
said that.
Have you ever seen the ones where FBI basically tricks the people into thinking that they're hiring a hitman?
Yeah.
There was this woman, and I remember she was like a decent looking young lady, and she was married, and she was meeting with this hitman, and I do the air quotes when I say hitman,
Yeah.
but to have her husband killed. And they staged this thing, like the hitman was an FBI agent. And so she's on video going, "Yeah, I want him dead. I want him gone." It's like just talking about it all cold. Well, then they were like, "Well, okay, this is what we're going to do. We'll come by. I'll come by tomorrow. Make sure you're gone around 12 o'clock and you're gone until 2. And she's like, "Okay." So she does this thing where she leaves at 12 and she's got her running clothes on and she just jogs down the street and they follow her and, and everything. Well, then the FBI stages a crime scene. They put up tape and everything, and she comes back and she's like crying and what happened? Like she knows what's going on too much. And
I've seen that.
Yeah, and
because she was in the car. Yes, I want him dead.
Yeah,
and it was in black and white footage or something.
Yeah. So yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, I just don't understand it. It's like, and then when she saw him, she's like, "Baby, baby, what's going on?" He's like, "No, you've tried to kill me. If this would have been a real guy, this would have been real. I would
And
have been
she
dead."
would never sell it until they told her, "We got you on video."
We got you on video. Well, fuck y'all. Then.
Right.
I don't think she said that. But it's like, she's like, "We got you on video."
Y'all killing me with this.
But no, man. If you ever go on a boat, just make sure. Holler at me sometime, man. I'll talk you through the right one to take. The bigger one you're on, the better. And basically, all you feel, the only time you really get sick is like when they have a smaller boat in rough waters. But this big boat, like you tilt a little bit one way and you stay there for a minute and then you tilt back the other way. You stay there for a minute because it's just like a boat. You know, if you're in a small boat, it's like, boom, boom, you know, you're tilting back and forth real quick. Well, this one, it's just like gradually back and forth. Now, smaller boats, like I said, you'll feel that shit for days. But dude, they're awesome. All you can eat. Like, I'll be fatter when I come back. Well, guaranteed.
The thing that I wonder is do you pay extra to eat at any of these buffets and shit, or?
No. Most of the times, everything's included.
So the alcohol is the only thing that you're going to pay for.
Yeah. Now they don't have Cokes. Like if you get Cokes, that's extra too. But they'll give you like water, tea, lemonade, and milk and stuff like that for breakfast. They have an ice cream machine that's 24 hours a day.
Ooh, that's
soft serve.
That is awful.
Help yourself. Yeah. Oh, dude, that's what I like. I guarantee you, by the time I hear this, I'll be 10 pounds heavier because of that damn ice cream.
Soft serve. It's something more.
They have like 3 machines that are always on. And you'll find yourself like getting up in the middle of the night, like you're going down for water to get a glass of water. Just like, let me just get an ice cream cone.
Baby, I'm thirsty. I'm going to go down and get some water.
Come back with 2 big old cones. Because there's no police in there.
Back, like, what's all that chocolate all over your chin there? I drank chocolate milk.
Yeah, we've got a cruise. We're doing a balcony too because the first time I did it was an interior room, and that was like I was in the trunk of somebody's fucking car because you feel the motion but you can't see anything.
Right.
And I think that's what really messed me up. And dude, the balcony's awesome because you open up the door and you just feel the wind because there's so much wind. We had a storm here the other night and it was like really strong 60 mile per hour winds. That's like nothing on the ocean. That's about normal. But you talked about getting kicked off. This will be the last thing I talk about. You talked about getting kicked off of the cruise or banned for the cruise for a lifetime. You know they do ban people for getting too drunk on those things, right?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. I would have been banned from a fucking cruise, what was it, 7-8 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I'd been banned from all cruise lines probably.
Trying to drag you on the ship from Mexico. It's like you're all passed out, throwing up everywhere. Why does my chest hurt? Ugh.
Helping me go, por favor. Let's get back to dock.
So I'll leave out names for anonymity. Anonymity.
We got to go or you're going to be a Mexican.
No, dude, I don't know I know they wait on you. Like they wait on you and
no, I thought that
after
there was a big
to
do. I think we may have talked about this recently,
they will
just
take
briefly.
Off.
But wasn't there a thing about the husband left the boat because the wife hadn't showed back up yet, and then the boat leaves and they're at the dock and the kids are on the boat? That happened not long ago.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, because there's somebody shooting a video of the parents freaking out on the dock because it's just pulling away, and they're trying to get back on. But they said they were going to have to go back or send somebody from the U.S. to go down there and get them. They were in one of those Caribbean islands.
Well, here's the thing about the cruises too, and the one we're doing, you don't have to have a passport, just your birth certificate and your ID. And that gets you on and off and everything. But no, what I was going to say, just to protect the anonymity, and I can't ever get that word right. Just to protect.
Just fake it. If you sound sure of yourself, it goes over like you know, like it's real.
Anonymity? Just to protect that.
Anonymity.
Yeah, anonymity.
Yeah.
Anonymity?
Sure. And an enemy.
And an enemy, yes. Just to protect the enemy.
Studio magicians.
Yes. Just to protect that, there was a woman on a cruise that we went on. They weren't related to us, but we knew of her. So
yeah,
she was at the same. We stopped in Mexico. There's this place called Mr. Sancho's.
I feel like this woman did something really bad.
We stopped in Mr. Sancho's, and Mr. Sancho's is like an all day resort. You go there, you pay like $45. And it's like all you can eat, all you can drink.
That is bad.
Yeah. Well, it was bad for this person that day too, because she didn't eat anything and like had like a lot of drinks. And I remember we were getting back towards the boat, and she was so messed up that they were having to basically like put her arm around, like she tore her ACL. So she's like, I want to take a picture. So she leans over next to this mariachi band and almost knocks them over like bowling pins. like I'm talking stereotypical mariachi band with the sombreros,
The big hats,
yes,
and dressed like Michael Jackson.
She's trying to kneel beside him. She gets barely a knee bent, and she falls right into him, like the damn guy with the like the what are those things, the mongos,
the bongos,
the little. Yeah, they're not bongos, but you know what I mean. They look like little
maracas.
Maracas. The damn guy with the maracas had to set them down and help her up. It was the damnedest thing, dude.
They fucked up that.
So then they're carrying her back onto the boat, and the guy goes, "You're not allowed to go." Like whoever's checking the IDs as they're coming back on, because you have to have your card there. He's like, "You're banned for 2 years."
Damn.
And I guess there's a ordinance or a thing like that. It's like if you go and you make a drunken embarrassment of yourself, you can't come back. Now, there was one I went on that I got a little sleepy, and there was these two bitches in front of us. Like,
well,
like no, they were the ones that, you know. Well, this is what we did. We swam with the dolphins. You know, like all this shit takes money. You know, so me and my wife and my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law, we all went on like this little excursion together. We didn't pay for anything. We just kind of went exploring her on our own.
Yeah.
In the Cayman Islands, and we're coming back. And she's like, well, we did this, we did that. Did y'all do that? And we're like, well, no, we ended up going here. That was really cool. Oh, well, this is what we did. And I was like, so I was to the point where I was sleepy, where I was witty, but I wasn't sleepy to where I cared about what anybody thought.
Right.
And I looked and I was like, well, we killed a hooker and buried her in a shallow grave.
God damn.
You think you had an experience?
Oh.
And it was just like, and my brother-in-law,
did they get the joke, or
I don't know. My brother-in-law just died laughing. He's like, that was the best thing ever. The funniest thing was, as we were going back to port, we did get into a limousine, like not a limousine, but it was like a cab. It was a big cab. And this guy was so cool. We talked about Lucha Libre all the way back. And he was like, yes, por favor, my friend, just, you know, whatever. I don't know Spanish. But he was just basically like laughing, and we were cutting up, and I was making those types of jokes with him. You know, like horrible, just dark humor jokes. And he was just like, yes, that is hilarious. That's great. But by the time this comes out, dude, I will be... What, you don't like the segue there?
I was making horrible jokes to him. He was like, yes, that's great.
Cruises are awesome, man. Oh. Well, by the time you hear this, I will be back from the cruise, and hopefully alive.
And unbanned.
Right. But Josh, if they want to go back and listen to any of our shows from the archives, or if they want to give us a call or follow us on social media, how do they do that?
Well, on Twitter, we are at P3 Radio, the number 1. On Facebook, go to your search bar, type in Pop Poncho, and you're bound to see our picture. And if you want to reach out to us with a text message or a voicemail, tell us how much you love us, how much you hate us, how much we offended you, or how much we broke your old lady's heart. You can get us at 731-300-6675.
And of course, next week will be the last of the recorded shows that are on delay. So if something has happened in the media and we're not covering it, or if something's happening like news, national news, that we would probably cover anyways, and we're a little bit behind, don't hold that against us. We're just trying to get all these shows pumped out so we don't miss a week, and we'll be back with you in 2 weeks with more updated material. I guess if nothing happens, then we're live next week. But for Josh Briley, this is Richard Mulligan saying thanks for listening, and good night.